Is it worth it to be an owner operator right now in mid 2022 with fuel prices at $5.50 per gallon average across the nation? My answer is it depends. It really just boils down to math. That's kind of all it boils down to. If you're not making money right now as an owner operator, or if an owner operator is not making money right now because of fuel prices and because of freight rates, then it may not be worth it for them. If an owner operator has something better that they can do to make more money, the market is up right now. Trucks are more expensive than they were just 6-8 months, a year ago, right? So if an owner operator is up right now, they're in the black, and there's something better that you can do, may not be worth it for that owner operator. But if you're an owner operator that's making money still, then it's worth it to stick around. Now the question is, how can an owner operator make money with fuel being $5.50 per gallon? If an owner operator is getting freight rate increases that offset that rising cost of fuel, then an owner operator can still make money. And I know owner operators that are getting freight rate increases that totally offset their cost of fuel. Me personally, I've gotten freight rate increases, but they aren't necessarily fully offsetting the cost of fuel. And I've also talked to owner operators that have not seen a freight rate increase. It also depends on how an owner operator is set up. If an owner operator has a really high cost of operation and or really high personal expenses, combine that with low freight rates and high fuel prices, and you can see easily it just doesn't add up mathematically. It may not add up mathematically for that owner operator. So, it really just depends. This subject kind of really goes back to some of the things that I've talked about in the past on my channel here before. I've said it before so many times. Your success as an owner operator is not about what kind of truck you drive. It's not about how much you're getting per mile to run freight. It's not about what you're grossing. Success, from my perspective as an owner operator, is more about living below your means, because only then can you keep a portion of what you make. Goes back to math. Right now, with fuel being $5.50 a gallon, if an owner operator can still cover their cost of operation, if they can still pay their taxes, if they can still maintain their truck, if they can still save money for the future and pay their personal bills, have a little bit left over, and there's nothing better for that owner operator to do, or that owner operator loves what they do as far as driving a truck, then it's definitely worth it for that owner operator to continue running, right? So, going back to the freight rate increase, it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you just look at that, it doesn't matter if fuel goes up to $10 a gallon. I'm not wanting it to, obviously, but the point is, if you're getting a rate that offsets that, then it really doesn't matter, okay? I would assume that most of the people that are really being pinched right now by the increased freight rate or the increased fuel costs are the individuals that aren't seeing much of a freight rate increase. 2022 has been pretty good to me so far. Obviously, I'm being pinched by the increased fuel costs. This time last year, I was paying, I can't remember what fuel was, but it was costing me about $2.50 a night to run. The exact same thing that I'm running right now that's costing me about $4.50 to run. So again, I've gotten a freight rate increase, but it's not quite keeping up with that fuel cost. And I just bought a house. I haven't been in there quite 2 months yet. So I increased my personal expenses by buying the house. I did that voluntarily, knowing that, feeling like I could afford it. And then at the same time, fuel prices went up. As the approval process on the house was happening, fuel was rising at the same time. Didn't plan for that one. But even with that, I'm still able to take care of my cost of operation. I'm still able to pay my taxes, or put money up for my taxes, I should say. I'm still able to take care of my personal expenses. Things are tight, and it is a bit scary. I gotta be honest with you. I can't necessarily say that I would advise someone that to get into trucking, to put a truck on the road right now. I can't say that I would do that. So is it worth it being an owner-operator right now in mid-2022 as opposed to being a driver for someone? That kind of leads me to a question that I would like you guys to help me with. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Have drivers gotten rate increases, have gotten pay increases? The reason I ask that is because if an individual was to park their truck or sell their truck and go drive for somebody else right now, because the cost of operating their truck is too high because of fuel costs, and then you go drive for someone, you're still gonna deal with an increased shipping cost, because shipping costs show up everywhere in the groceries that we buy and the gas that we put in our car, and even insuring your vehicle right now is probably more expensive. Everything is more expensive. So even if you go and drive for someone right now, I'm thinking you're still not gonna escape the rising cost of everything. So is it worth it being an owner-operator right now over being a driver for someone? I would still say yes, but again, I would like you guys to let me know down in the comments, have drivers gotten pay increases? And if they haven't, then, you know, again, owners are getting pay increases based on the fuel costs, and that helps some. But if, you know, you're just going to work for somebody and you're parking your truck right now, again, you're still going to deal with the rising cost of everything, right? So just wanted to give my 2 cents on that subject, whether I feel it's worth it to be an owner-operator right now. Just wanted to share a little bit about how my 2022 is going. Hope you guys got some value from the video. If you did, do me a favor, give me a like before you click off. Maurice Bay, the Helpful Trucker here. For more helpful CDL tips, go here, or consider subscribing to my YouTube channel right here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but instead you chose to be here with me, and I really appreciate that.